Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Israel Brief, brought to you by Lay of the Land. A reminder that the Israel Brief is news that is brought to you directly from Israel. And I know that many people say that they often don't see much news about Israel in the mainstream media, and this is designed with you guys in mind, so you get the headlines as they come hot off the press. I'm Rolene Marks, and without further ado, let's take a look at today's top stories. The coronavirus and its impact on countries around the world dominates news headlines, and Israel is no different. And earlier this week, the Israeli government put in some very, very stringent precautions to try and limit the escalation of corona in the country. So let's take a look at where we currently stand today. Today, there are 76 active cases of corona in the state of Israel, including an airport worker who has contracted the deadly virus. Earlier today, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced a $2.8 billion fund to help companies that have been impacted by the coronavirus. And El Al also announced that it would be putting 85% of its pilots on unpaid leave until we know for sure how we can proceed from here. Also, the Palestinian Authority have arrested 2 men for hoax messages on various WhatsApp groups, and the Israeli police have warned the public to be very, very conscious of the spread of fake news. And the Israel Brief will keep you up to date with how corona is progressing in the country and what extra precautions or stepping back from precautions the government may be taking along with the health ministry. It was also announced today by Hebrew University in Jerusalem that they are expecting to open as usual on the 15th of March for their second semester. They have not been told by the health ministry to close, but should that happen, they will go online. So this is affecting everybody across the world, and Israel is no exception, and we are taking every precaution in every sector possible to make sure that we can prevent the spread of the virus, but also that it is as much business as usual. And the coronavirus has largely knocked the election and all the drama following that off the front pages. But if you've missed what's been happening post the elections last week, the Israel Brief has the update. Earlier today, President Rivlin accepted the official results, and let's take a look at where we sit currently as far as coalition building. Yesterday, Israel's Attorney General announced that they would not be delaying Prime Minister Netanyahu's trial, so it will go ahead as scheduled from next Tuesday. But one of the spanners that has been thrown in the works for a proposed minority government featuring the blue and white, Gesher, Meretz, Emet, and perhaps the joint list has come from Gesher leader Orly Levy Abukasis. Orly Levy Abukasis says she will not be joining a minority government, citing the joint list, and she's taken heavy criticism both from her party and from others who've said that she took advantage of the vote as leader of Gesher to try and get a seat in the government, and it is speculated she could defect to the Likud party. She is the daughter of a former Likud member, and this move has not gone down well in numerous sectors of the political establishment who are looking to try and get a situation out of hand that we don't face a fourth election. Very confusing. Even my tongue is tied over that. And in the last hour, the Yisrael Bitenu joint list and blue and white have concluded a meeting. We don't know the exact details of that meeting, but Avigdor Lieberman says that even though they are prepared to sit in a minority government, their stance on the joint list has not changed. So will we be able to prevent a fourth election? We really hope so. We don't really want to get into the trend of going to elections every couple of months. And in our final news story today, we have to thank the minister in charge of the Cabinet Office from the United Kingdom, Michael Gove. He has come out and said that anti-Zionism is anti-Semitism. He has cited examples like Jeremy Corbyn and the dangerous anti-Semitic tropes and anti-Zionist tropes that was allowed to enter the Labour Party in the elections that took place towards the end of last year. And he's also said that anti-Semitism is now wearing a new cloak disguised as anti-Zionism, and that criticism of Israel's policies is democratic, it is allowed, but when you deny a country the right to exist, like many anti-Zionists do, we are talking anti-Semitism. So thank you, Michael Gove, for taking a major stand against growing anti-Semitism. So these are today's top stories. We will keep you updated as far as corona updates are concerned. But if you're looking for a break and you want to read some articles, check out our website at www.layofftheland.online. There is an article I wrote about the carnivals that have taken place in Europe recently that have featured some grotesque anti-Semitic stereotypes. You can read it there, and you can read it also on our Facebook page, along with Dave Kaplan's article on Belgium that has been translated into German. While you're there, if you haven't already, give us a like or a follow and share our content. And also, if you're on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We are at the Israel Brief, and we welcome all subscribers. So with the Wednesday edition of the Israel Brief, I'm Rolene Marks.